Hello guys, how are you all? Am I audible? Please type in comments that I am audible or not. So can we start? Alright, so we are starting with a topic called clocks here. We'll be covering everything in terms of subtopics. Wait a second, huh? We are just starting. Alright, so let's start with clocks. So now I'm listing down here the subtopics in this. First is your mirror image based questions. Second is they will give you a specific time in a clock and will ask about angle. The third one would be they will give you an angle and ask you about the time at which this angle will be formed. Now the last part will be based on faulty clocks. I'm starting from 0. I'm assuming that some of the students have not done even these two parts. Alright, so let's start with mirror image first. So what about mirror images? In mirror image, whatever you present in mirror, let's say this is your mirror. If you write, let's say n like this, so in the mirror image this will be flipped on the right hand side. So how this will be shown to you in the mirror, it would be like this. So whatever you present in the mirror, that flips onto the right hand side. So just like that, if you're presenting a clock in front of mirror, let's say this is your clock and the time in the clock is, let's say 3 right now. So what will happen, this clock will show needles in this manner. So whatever is there in the right, that would be shown in the left, and whatever is in the left, that would be shown in the right. Since the clock was exactly on 12, so that's why it is showing on 12 in the mirror image also. So here the time will be 900. For this time the mirror image is this. Now what will happen if I'll take another clock which has a time, let's say 1 p.m. So in 1 p.m. the clock will be like this. So the mirror image of this would be like this. This 1 will go to this part. Here the 11 would be there. So in this, here this needle will be here and this will be at 12. So what happens here, the time we took was 100 and here the time we got is 1100. So what is a logic here is, whatever you show in the mirror and whatever you get in the mirror, both adds up to 12 hours, isn't it? Here it was 1, it was 1, it is 11. So when you add both of them, it will give you 12 hours. The only exception of this is when the time is beyond 12 hours. Let's say the time is 12:30. So at 12:30, what will happen? This clock would be like this. 12:30 means minute needle would be at 6, and if this is 12, this is 1, our end would be at exactly between 12 and 1. So the mirror image of this would be what? Mirror image of this would be that minute hand will remain at 6, but the needle which is between 12 and 1, it will be right now in between 11 and 12 in the mirror image. So it will be showing you like this. Getting my point? So here the time was 12:30, here you will be getting 11:30. So when the time is above 12, so the mirror image would be, the sum of the mirror image and true image would always be 24 hours. So this will help you in answering the questions of mirror image. Now let's do some examples on this. Wait a second. All right, so let's say what we know, that true image plus mirror image will always be equal to 12 hours. Only when the time will be above 12 something, so this true image plus mirror image will be 24 hours. Getting my point? So now if someone asks you the time is, let's say 7:32, what will be the mirror image of it? So don't make it in the analog clock, just subtract it from 12 hours. So what we know, that mirror image and true image is addition of them would be equal to 12 hours. So we will subtract it from 12 hours. Instead of writing 12 hours, I'll write it in hours and minutes. So it will be better if I write it in 11 hours and 60 minutes. So from 11 hours and 60 minutes, I'll subtract this 7 and 32. So when you subtract it, you'll be getting 28 here, and 11 and 7 subtraction would be 428. This would be the time in the mirror image. If they give you mirror image, will ask about true image, that will, the method to arrive at same will remain same for both the questions, if they ask you mirror image or they ask you true image. Now I'm giving you some questions, just answer it. If you will answer it correctly, I'll jump to the next type directly. First is 339, second is 131, third is 427, fourth is 1221, fifth is 638, sixth question is 817, seventh question is 1212, eighth question is 12. Just answer all of them. Type your answers in the comments. I'm waiting. Huh? Please answer, guys. Fast, fast, fast. Okay, first is 821 Swell. It is correct. Second, what about second? Okay, second answered by Mohammed Faisal. 1029. Yes, it is correct. 1029 is correct. Okay, tell me answer for next ones. Okay, very good निशांत निशांत नाम भी क्या क्या लिख के रखते हैं यार, साफ साफ लिखो नाम. Okay, third Faisal answered 733. It is correct. All right, come to 4, 5, 6. Okay, fourth Nishant answered, that is okay. Fourth Devsan answered 1139. Yes, fourth is 1139. Fifth, count to them one by one. Fifth is 522. 522. Yes, fifth is 522. Go to sixth. Yes, fourth is 11 for 1139. Fourth is 1139, not 49. निशांत सब्ट्रैक्शन भी नहीं करना आ रहा है यार. Okay, go to rest of the questions 6 to 10. Just answer fast so that I can wrap up everything quickly. Okay. Devsan answered 7th is 1148. Yes, it is correct. Then 9th is 9th is alright. 9th is also correct. 10th is also correct. Very good, Devsan. I need participation. It is like that only when you comment the correct answers. Alright, so I hope that no one has any issue to find the mirror or true image based questions. Okay, so now we are proceeding with the second type of question where we will be asking you question based on angle on a particular time. So let's start with that. So now we will see how we calculate angle when time is given. This is your clock. This is 12, 6, 3, 9, 10, 11, 1, 2, 4, 5, 7, 8. So now see here, just count the gaps here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So in clocks there are 12 gaps, and those remains equidistant. And in clock, what we know, since it's a circle, so these 12 gaps will be equal to 360 degree. So I can say that one gap belongs to 30 degree. Getting a point? So if I make a angle like this, when the needles will be at this, so this angle will be 30 degree because it is covering exactly a complete gap. Getting a point? So one gap is 30 degree. Just remember it for solving the question. Second thing is, let's talk about minute hand. What about minute hand? To complete a circle, minute hand takes how many minutes? To complete a circle of the clock, minute hand takes how many minutes? So it is done by minute hand in how many minutes? It is done in 60 minutes. So what is the speed of minute hand? In 60 minutes, minute hand covers 360 degree. So in 1 minute, minute hand covers 6 degree. Now just remember it. So after every 1 minute, minute hand will be 6 degree plus. That's what it means. Now let's come to hour hand also. So what happens in hour hand? If let's say time is right now 1 p.m. So it will be like this. After 1 hour, if hour hand is at 1, after 1 hour, hour hand will be at 2. So in 1 hour, it moves only one gap. Hour hand moves only one gap. And what we know that one gap is of 30 degree. So from 1 to 2 in 60 minutes. So speed of hour hand is in 60 minutes, hour hand covers 30 degree. So I can say that in 1 minute, hour hand will cover half degree. Getting my point? So this is, just remember all these important points. That first important point is this. Second is minute hand speed. Third is hour hand speed. Getting my point? So now let's start to find the angles. Just remember these 3 key points. Then we will solve the question where the angle will be asked and the time is given. Now let's come to question directly. Let's say the time in the clock is 7:30. And I am asking you what will be the angle between the clocks. So now what I'll do, first of all, I'll imagine the position of needles in the clock. So it is, let's say 6, it is 7, it is 8. So what will happen at 7:30? Your minute hand will be exactly at 6, isn't it? Your minute hand will be exactly at 6. Now what has happened till now is 30 minutes of an hour after 7 has been passed. It means half of the hour has been passed. So the hour end would not be on 7 nor it would be on 8. It would be exactly between 7 and 8 because it is exactly half of an hour, isn't it? So that's why the hour end would be between 7 and 8. So if you want to calculate the angle now, so you can directly calculate it. There is one clear gap here between 6 and 7. It gives you 30 degree. And the point where this is pointing down, it is exactly in the middle of 7 and 8. So this angle will be how much? This angle will be 15 degree, isn't it? So how much angle we got? 15 degree plus 30 degree. So the angle here is 45 degree. Just remember it, huh? That's how you calculate. Now let's come to another example. Let's say the time in the watch is, or the clock is 3. So what will happen at 3? It is at 3 and minute hand would be at 12. It is 1, it is 2. How many? So see here, these are the angles, with 3 complete gaps are there between these 2 needles. So what will be the angle? The angle would be 1, 2, 3 gaps, 3 into 30, which will give you 90 degree. Getting my point? That's how you calculate the angle. Okay, let's take another example. Another example is, let's take time at 4:40. What will happen at 4:40? So what I'll do, I'll make a clock again, and I'm making here 6, 12, 9, 3, 8, 7, 5, 4. So now at 4:40, the minute hand would be at 8 exactly, isn't it? Now, since the time is beyond 4, so the R end would be somewhere between 4 and 5, isn't it? Now, just focus here. Now just count the gaps. One gap is this, one gap is this, one gap is this. 3 gaps are completely there. So I can say 30 into 3, which means 90 degrees here. Done? Now, if we can calculate this also and add it into 90, we will get the final angle. So now see here, to find this distance, just tell me, this distance will be covered by which needle? This distance will be covered by R needle, isn't it? This is the distance to be covered by R needle, and R needle will be taking how much time to reach at 5? Now see here, listen again. Time is 4:40 now, and it is somewhere behind 5. When will be the R needle at 5? It will be after 20 minutes, isn't it? So this is the distance covered by this R needle in 20 minutes. So I know that in 1 minute R needle goes half degree, and to cover this distance R needle will take 20 minutes. So in 20 minutes that R needle will go 10 degree, isn't it? So it means that this gap was 10 degree. So for final angle, what you will do, 90 plus 10, your answer would be 100 degree is the angle between these two. Just tell me if you have any doubt in calculating angle. Just type it in comments. Any issue, any doubt? Actually, I think my photo is appearing on the corner, so that's why whatever I wrote here, that was not visible to you, so I am writing in. Okay, so it was, I wrote, in 1 minute R needle goes half degree. So in 20 minutes it will go 10 degree. So the final angle would be 90 plus 10, which will give you 100 degree. Okay, I'm taking another example so that you could have a better grip over the concept. Alright, so let's take, time is 3:38. Let's take the time is 3:38. So what will happen? Just imagine the positions of the needle. It is 8, it is 7, it is 6, here it is 3. So what we know, that minute hand will be somewhere behind 7 and 8, because at 8 it will be 40 minutes and at 7 it is 35 minutes. So we know that it will be somewhere here. Getting my point? Now at 3:38 the minute hand will be somewhere between 3 and 4, isn't it? This is the common sense only. So just make it like this. Now count the gaps here. If you count the gaps, the flat gaps are 1, 2, 3. 3 gaps are there. So what I can write? 3 into 30, which means 90 degree. 90 degree only till here, 3 gaps. Now we have to calculate this part as well as this part also. Now see here. This is which needle? This is R needle. This is minutes needle. Now if we want to calculate this is covered by which needle? This is covered by minute needle, isn't it? What was the time when the minute needle was here? At 7. It will be the minute at 35, beyond 35. So I can say 3 minute means 18 degree, isn't it? So this part we got as 18 degree. Now let's come to this part. This is R needle. This distance will be covered by R needle now. Will be covered. Now the time is 3:38. If R needle reaches at 4, what will be the time then? The time will be exactly at 4, isn't it? So this distance will be covered by R and in how many more minutes? This distance will be covered by R and in 22 minutes. 22 minutes, simple. So now what we know about R and is in 1 minute it goes half degree. So in 22 minutes it will cover 11 degree. So now finally how much angle you will be getting? 90 plus 18 plus 11. So your answer would be 109 degree. Getting my point? Don't worry, I am giving you a shortcut also. Do not worry about anything. Huh? This is a conceptual method to understand the things. Okay, let's do questions with shortcut now. So whenever you are given a time and they will ask you about angle, just remember this formula 30h minus 11 by 2m. Just remember this formula, just revise it again and again so that you could answer the question in the exam. So let's take time earlier question. The earlier question was 338. So now how would I calculate 338? This is your h. This is your m. Just put it into this formula. So this will become 30 into 3 minus 38 into 11 by 2. So now it is 90 minus 2, 19 times 19 into 11. 19 into 11 is 209. Now how much you are getting? Minus 109. But when we are talking about angle, it will never be minus, so your angle is simply 109. Yes. Calculation mistake, it was 119. Correct. Okay, let's take another example. Just answer it. What will be the angle at 652? Just answer it fast. What will be the angle at 652? What I'll do? 30h minus 11 by 2m. So in place of h, 30 into 6 minus 11 by 2 into 52. So it is 180 minus, and if you cut it, it is 26 times. So it will be giving you 286. So if you subtract these, so it will be giving you 106. So your answer for this question will be 106. Getting my point? I hope you got my point. Just answer is in comments that you got the concept or not. Then I am proceeding further and giving you some questions for practice. All right. So I'm giving you 5 questions. Just answer them. If you got them correct, I'll understand that you got the concept. Okay. First question is, just tell me the angle at 4, 428. Second question is, third is, just answer this fast. Just answer first question first. 428. Okay. Sumit is telling me the answer 34. Okay, let's verify it. What will happen? 30 into 4 minus 28 into 11 by 2. So it is 120 minus, it is 14 times 14 and 11 will give you 154. 154 means angle is 34 degree. So yes, Ritik, Devsan, Sumit, answer is absolutely correct. Okay, just answer second question second. Everyone please participate. Sumit is saying answer is 51 for second. Okay, let's verify. 6 into 30 minus 42 into 11 by 2. So it is 180 minus, it is 21. So it will be giving you 231. 231 means answer will be 51 degree. Yes, it is absolutely correct. For second question. Yes, Devsan, Ritik, Sumit, correct. All right. Third. Whatever third? Third, only one answer we got from Sumit, which is 18. Okay, let's see. 5 into 30 minus 11 by 2 into 24. So it will be 150 minus 11 into 12 will give you 132. So answer is 18 degree. So answer for third is 18 degree. Okay, fourth answer there given by Sumit and Devsan, that is 106. Okay, let's verify it. 6 into 30 minus 11 by 2 into 52. So it is 180 minus, it is 26 into 11, which will give you 286, I think. It is 106. So answer for question number 4 is 106. Everyone is correct, whoever answered it. Alright, fifth question, everyone is saying 91. Alright, so 10 into 30 minus 38 into 11 by 2. So it is 300 minus 19 into 11. So 19 into 11, I think it is 209. 209 means your answer would be 91. करेक्ट 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 ऋतिक करेक्ट आंसर है बिल्कुल बहुत बढ़िया 91 very good. So we till now we have covered two types of clocks. First you subtracted from 1160 to arrive at mirror image. In second, I gave you a formula directly to arrive at angle. So the formula, just remember this formula, do not forget it. It is 30h minus 11 by 2m. Just remember it again, again. Revise it again and again. You will remember it for the exam. Alright, so we are coming into type 3 problems now. Okay, so let's start with type 3 in this. Type 3 is, they will give you an angle and will ask you what? They will ask you time, obviously. Okay, so this needs some conceptual clarity. Be attentive now, huh? Let's say this is a clock. Getting my point? Let's say time is, let's take time is 3. So what will happen at 3, the minute hand would be exactly at 12 and hour hand would be exactly at exactly at 3. Done. Now what we know that in clock both hands are moving. Second point is both hands are moving in same direction. And third point, we know that speed of minute's hand is 6 degree per minute and speed of hour hand is half degree per minute. Just remember these points. Okay, lead club. Okay, you do your homework, I'll do mine. Am I audible? Just type your answer in comment. All right, all right. So just focus it here now. What we know the time is, let's say 3. I need a sharp focus, huh? Time is 3. So minute hand will be at 12, hour hand will be at 3. Both hands are moving in clock. And second thing, we know that both hands are moving in same direction. And speed we also know. Speed of your minute hand would be 6 degree per minute and hour hand would be half degree per minute. So what was the relative speed? If you remember, relative speed in the same direction is difference of the speed, and relative speed in opposite direction is always sum of the speeds. What is relative speed exactly? Just see it here. Let's say you are here and your friend is here. You both are moving in same direction. Your friend's speed is 2 meter per second. Your speed is 3 meter per second. So what will happen after 1 second? You will cover 3. Let's say your distance is, let's say 10 meter is your distance. So after 1 second, what will happen? You will cover 3. So you will cover this distance to 7, isn't it? You covered 3 and this left is 7. But what will happen? This second person will cover 2, isn't it? So the 10 meter distance which was between them earlier, it will remain 9. And after 2 seconds, it will remain 8. It will remain 7. So the distance will get reduced, isn't it? So just like that, when your direction is same and two moving objects are there, so relative speed is just the difference of the speeds. Just remember it. So here also the two needles are moving in the same direction and both objects are moving. So that's why the relative speed here also would be difference of the speed. So relative speed between minute and hour hand would be minute hand minus hour hand. That would be 6 degree minus half degree, which will be equal to 5.5 degree, or I can say 11 by 2 degree. So after every minute, the gap will be either created or reduced by 11 by 2 degree or 5.5 degree. So your relative speed, I am writing here, relative speed would be 6 degree minus half degree, which will be equal to 5.5 degree, or I can say that it is 11 by 2 degree. Got it? You got relative speed or not? Just answer in comments. You remember relative speed concept of time speed distance? Same direction, difference of speeds. All right. Can I erase everything from the screen now? All right. All right. Let's answer this question. I'm writing another question. It's an incomplete one. Just remember the concept here. Whatever we wrote. Both hands are moving. Both are in same direction. Minute hand 6 degree. Hour and half degree. Relative speed is 5.5 degree. Just remember it and answer the next question. Huh? Question is, between 3 and 4, at what time both hands of the clock will coincide? Okay, now see here. First of all, we are making a 3 time position of needle at 3. So it will be at 12, it will be at 3, it is 2 and it is 1. So currently what is the angle between these two? Just tell me. Just tell me what will be the angle between needles at 3. Obviously it is 90 degree. It is 90 degree now. Question is asking you at what time they will coincide. First of all, just tell me what will be the angle when they will coincide. What will be the angle when they will coincide? Yes. So it means currently their current position of the needles is of 90 degree and desired angle we need is 0 degree. And what we know that minute hand is behind our end here. So now what will happen? These two needles, in between these two needles, minute hand is faster. Minute hand is coming from behind. So it will be coming at a much higher speed than compared to your R end. So just like that, after every minute, their relative speed is 5.5. So whatever the distance between them is currently, that will be reduced by 5.5 degree every minute. Isn't it? Isn't it? That's what relative speed is. So from 90 to arrive at 0, how much distance they have to cover? They have to cover 90 degree completely. And now what we know that the moving clocks relative speed between the needles is 5.5 degree. At the speed of 5.5 degree, they have to cover 90 to be coincide. So what is the formula for time? Time is always distance by speed. So distance here is your 90 and speed is 5.5. So the time taken would be 90 divided by 11 by 2. Isn't it? 90 divided by 11 by 2. So I can write it like 90 into 2 by 11. Which means 180 by 11. You can write it in a mixed fraction, which is 1, 6, 4 by 11. So it means that at 3:16, 4 by 11 minutes, they will be at 0 degree. You got the concept or not? Just tell me. Please guys answer fast. You got the concept or not? Alright. So now I am relating something with your time speed distance. Let's say there are two friends, case 1 and case 2. I'll relate that with this clocks on also. So let's say you are here, your friend is here. Speed of you is 3 meter per second, your friend is 2 meter per second. And the distance between the two is 100 meter. Now second case is the person behind speed is 3 meter per second and second is 2 meter per second. And the distance is same. if I ask you what will happen after 1 second, what will happen after 1 second? So in first case, this person will be covering 2. Let's say this came here, and this person will be covering 3. So in comparison to this, he has covered 1 extra. So what will happen here? Here the distance will become from 100 to it will become 101 after 1 second. In seconds, after 2 seconds, it will be becoming 102. Right? Just like that, it will be becoming 103. After every second, this is increasing by 1 second. Increasing by 1 meter. Now let's come to second case. So second case is the person behind has a faster speed and the person running ahead has a, I am assuming that they are running in this direction. Huh? Do not confuse yourself. So what will happen in this case is, after first second, this person will cover 2, but this person will cover extra 1 from it compared to. So now if their distance is 100, after 1 second, this distance will remain 99 and this distance will remain 98. Getting my point? Just like that, 97. So in both the cases, person are running in the same direction, but speeds of the persons are just I am swapping. So what is happening? In one case, the distance is increasing. In second case, your distance is decreasing. And the rate at which the distance is increasing or decreasing, that is called your relative speed. How we can find that when will be the distance increase and when will the distance will decrease? If a person coming from behind has a higher speed, obviously whatever the distance will be, that will be get reduced. If the person who is coming from behind has a lower speed, so it means your distance will increase. So you have to focus person behind. Who is behind? So if higher speed person is behind, so distance will reduce. If your slower person is behind, so distance will be increasing. You got this point? Just answer in comment. This part important, huh? Have you got this? All right. So I'm just remember it. Higher speed, if person is behind, distance will start reducing. If slower person is behind, distance will start increasing. Now we will apply this concept in clocks also. Now, same question here. Just see everything here, huh? Erasing it. What we know that here in this case, minute hand is here at 12 and hour hand is at 3. Who is faster between them? The faster person between them is minute hand, obviously. So minute hand is coming from behind. Minute hand is coming from behind. So whatever distance they have, minute hand obviously has a higher speed than compared to your hour hand. So whatever the current speed, current angle between them is, or the distance between them is, that will start get reducing, isn't it? So that's why from here the angle is 90 till 0, it will start get reducing. And after 0, what will happen? The minute hand will go ahead of hour hand. So what will happen? The angle will start increasing, because higher person, if higher person remains ahead, So your distance will start increasing. So that's why every angle, just remember this line, huh? Every angle in an hour is formed twice except 180 डिग्री एंड 0 डिग्री. मतलब ये जो 90 डिग्री आपका एंगल है ये सिर्फ उसी टाइम पे नहीं बनेगा. इट विल बिटवीन 3 and 4 it will be formed twice. Now see here, ओके सी हियर, लेट्स कैलकुलेट टाइम. ये कब कब 2 बार बनेगा. देखो फर्स्ट टाइम तो क्या होगा, देखो 90 से लेके 0 तक तो मिनट हैंड पीछे है, तो ये आ रहा है 0 की तरफ आ रहा है. ठीक है, 0 की तरफ जब तक आ रहा है, सो इट द डिस्टेंस विल स्टार्ट रिड्यूसिंग है. सो दिस डिस्टेंस दे विल कवर 90 डिग्री टू कोइंसाइड. गेटिंग माय पॉइंट? 90 डिग्री टू कोइंसाइड. सो आंसर विल बी 90 डिवाइड बाय 5.5. सिंपल. तो यहाँ पे मैंने लिखा भी है ना, 180 डिग्री और 0 डिग्री तो एक ही बार बनता है, तो इसका आंसर एक ही होगा. वरना और क्वेश्चंस का आंसर अगर 180 और 0 नहीं है, सो यू विल बी गेटिंग ऑब्वियसली 2 आंसर्स फॉर एवरी एंगल. Okay, I'm taking another example which has 2 answers for every angle. Huh? Can I move further? Okay, I'm asking you between 2 to 3 at what time 15 degree angle will be formed. So now first step is just make the position of needle in the lower limit of time. So at 2 it will be like this. This is at 2, this is at 1, this is at 12. Getting my point? So how much is the angle right now? Angle right now is 30 and 30 is 60. 60 is the current angle at 2. What we need? We need 15 degree. So obviously the clock will start, angle will start decreasing because minute hand is behind our end here. So I'm writing 15 degree here. So now from 60 to 15, how much distance you have to cover to make angle of 15 degree? You need to cover 45 degree. Isn't it? So this 45 degree you will cover at a speed of which speed? What is your speed? You will be using relative speed only here. Your distance is 45. 45 is your distance. Your relative speed is 5.5. So your answer will be 45 into 2 by 11. It is 90 by 11, which means 8 whole 2 by 11. It means at 2 8 whole 2 by 11 they will form this angle for the first time. This is the first time when this angle will be formed. Second time will be, now see here, say how would we calculate second time? from 60 towards going to 0. This 15 degree has been formed at 8 2 by 11. Now it will again form when it becomes the angle between both the minute and hour hand becomes 0 once, and after that minute hand will start increasing the angle from 0 to 15. Getting my point? Now for second angle, first of all it will go till 60 to 0, which was the angle, current angle, until 0, and from 0 it will cover 15. So how much distance it has to cover? It has to cover 75 degree actually, isn't it? For second time it has to cover 75 degree. So the time taken for that would be 75 divided by 5.5. So your answer would be 75 into 2 by 11. So which is 150 by 11, which means it is 3 and 7 by 11. So your 15 degree will be formed twice between 2 and 3. First instance is this and second instance is this. Just answer in comments that you got the concept or not. Please answer in comments. Just remember it, every angle will be formed twice in every hour except 180 and 0. Getting my point? Okay, I am taking another example so that you could understand it better. Now, let's say at what time angle of 30 degree will be formed between 3 and 4. So what will we do? First step is just imagine the position of needles at 3. So at 3 it is at 12, it is at 3. So how much is the distance? 3 gaps. 12 to 1, 1 to 2, 2 to 3. It is 90 degree currently. So first instance is the angle will start reducing. Why it will reduce? Because minute hand is faster. So it will going towards 0. From 90 it will going towards 0. And meanwhile it will make an angle 30 degree till 0. So I am going towards 0. So currently I am 90. I need 30. So how much distance I have to cover for this 30? It means 60. Getting my point? So the first instance when this angle will be formed, 60 divided by 5.5 your speed, which means 60 into 2 by 11. Now it is 120 by 11. So 120 by 11 is nothing but 10 whole 10 by 11. This is the first instance when 60 degree will be formed. Second instance will be after 0. So what will happen? From 90 to 0 first, it will become 0. Then after 0, it will be formed 60. So how much is the distance? Distance from here to here, it is 90. From here to here, it is 60. So you have to cover actually 150 degree for that instance. So the answer for that moment would be 150 divided by 5.5. So your answer would be 150 into 2 by 11, which means 300 by 11. 300 by 11 means 273 by 11. Just tell me you got the concept or not. Type your answer in comment, please. Okay, I am giving you a question, just answer it. Huh? At fast. Answer it. No, Yashwant, not 9 to 0. We do not need 0 there. We need, see here. Here the desired angle they were asking for, it was 30. In the previous question, the desired angle was 15. And in before that, it was coinciding. So the angle we have and the desired angle we need. Getting a point? For second instance, we will go from desired angle to 0, then 0 to desired, sorry, the angle we have to 0 and 0 to desired angle. Just answer it fast now. So first, see here. Let me solve this. You will understand it better. At 5, what will be the position of clocks? Sorry, needles. At 5 means it is at 12 and it is at 5. How many gaps? 5 gaps. 5 gap means 150 degree. Getting my point? 5 gap means 150 degree. Isn't it? So now first of all we need what? We need 30 degree. So now angle we have is, I am writing here explicitly, angle we have minus angle we need. That will become distance for first angle. So what we'll do here, angle we have is 150 degree, angle we need is 30 degree. So distance I have to cover is 120 degree, and distance will be covered at relative speed. So that would be 120 divided by 5.5. So your answer will be 120 into 2 by 11. So it will be 240 by 11. So it is 2 whole 21 9 by 11. This is the first instance when this 30 degree will be formed. This is for first time the angle will be formed. Getting my point? Now for second time, what you'll do, from the angle you have to 0, then 0 to desired angle. Getting my point? So you have is 150. From here you will go to 0, and then from 0 you will go to your desired angle, that is 30. So you have to cover how much actually? You have to cover 180 degree. So which means the time taken would be 180 into 2 by 11, which is 360 by 11, which means 32 whole 8 by 11. So this was the first instance when this angle became, this is the second instance when this angle is formed. Okay, I'm giving you another. I hope you got it now. Just answer in comments. Please answer in comments. You got it or not? Okay, I'm giving you a question. Just answer it fast, huh? Just answer it, please. Sumit, how it can be 3:30? Just imagine at 3:30 your minute hand will be at 6 and your hour hand will be exactly at 3 and 4. If you calculate the angle, it is how much? 5 to 6, 30, 30. 75 would be the angle between those. It can't be 180 in that case. Okay, see here, huh? The line I wrote there was only 0 degree and 180 degree is formed once in an hour, and except these two, all are formed twice in an hour. So what will happen? See here. At 3, what will be the angle? Just imagine, this will be the position. So this is how much? 90 degree. Is it fine? Now, second step was what? It is your desired angle. Sorry, the angle you have is 90, and from here you want to reach at 180. So what we did in the previous question, we taken the gap, not gap. In every case, there the angle was less than 90, but here the angle is greater than 90. So this angle cannot be formed once they become 0. Isn't it? What happens is at 3 the angle will be like this, isn't it? So minute hand is faster, so angle will start reducing from 90. So from 90 the angle will reduce. So how can be 180 be formed till it becomes 0, isn't it? Now the 90 degree angle will become 89, 88, 87, 86, just like that, 75, 70, and once it becomes till 0, it will not form 180 degree. Getting a point? It will not form 180 degree till 0. Why? Because angle is reducing. Minute hand is faster. So that's why this 180 degree can only be made after 0. So only the second case will be applicable here of finding the angle. First case will not be applicable because we cannot form an angle which is higher from this desired angle when your minute hand is behind. Getting a point? So from here, to calculate this angle from 90, we have to go till 0 first. Then from 0, we will go till 180. Getting a point? So how much distance you have to cover? You have to cover 270 actually. So 270 at the speed of 5.5. So the time taken by you would be 270 multiplied by 2 by 11, which means 540 by 11. 540 by 11 means 4 9, 1 by 11 is your answer. Yes, Yashwant is correct. Correct. Very good. I hope you got the concept. Just answer in comments, please. Sumit? All right. Then answer the next question. Huh? At what time between 5 and 6 45-degree angle will be formed? Just answer it fast. Every angle will be formed twice except which 180 and Sumit, ask with an example. I'll solve it here. I'm not getting your question. Ashutosh, sorry, Ashutosh. Okay, let me be very clear with you. Can I erase it? I'm making you understand everything. Don't worry. Huh? Just focus here. Huh? What we know, except 180 and 0, every angle will be formed twice. Every angle twice. Don't worry. Huh? Now, just remember the method. Huh? For calculating first angle and for calculating second angle, what we were doing, we were making the position of needles, and so what we were taking the angle that time. So angle, clock have, and desired angle we were taking, and we were taking the distance here between these two. Now just remember it. To get the first answer, angle for the first instance, angle have must be greater than your desired angle. If it is not there, you cannot form the angle at first instance. Getting a point? So in the previous question, if you see here, your angle you have was 90, at the desired angle was 180. So this is less than this. This should always be the angle you have in the lower limit, should also always be greater than the desired angle. Then only you can calculate it in first instance. So if you cannot calculate it in first instance, you will go to second instance of calculating. Now see here, For second instance, what do you do? From angle you have to 0, then desired. Getting your point? Okay, so I'm taking question now. The question was, wait a second, I'm adding some slides in this. Question was, at what time between 5 and 6 45 degree will be formed. So at 5 the angle is 150 degree. So angle you have is obviously greater than your desired, so it will be formed in the first instance. So how would you form it? So minus them, distance is 105 divided by 5.5, 105 into 2 by 11, so it is 210 by 11. From here you can write it 20 whole 10 by 11. This is the first instance. Now second instance of forming this angle would be 150 to 0 first, then from 0 to 45 degree. So you have to cover how much? You have to cover 195 degree in that case. So the time taken would be 195 into 2 by 11 directly. So your answer would be 390 divided by 11, which is 335 whole 5 by 11. That is your answer. I hope you got my technique here. Okay, I'm writing another question, just answer it fast. At what time between 3 and 4 20 degree will be formed? Just answer it in in fraction only. Sorry, answer the time. Answer please. Okay, Sumit answered it. I don't know it is correct or not, but let's see it is correct or not. So at 3 your angle will be 90. So first instance is from 90 to 20. So you have to cover how much? 70. So 70 at a speed of 5.5. So I am directly writing 70 into 2 by 11. So it is 140 by 11. 140 by 11 tells you that it is 1 or 2, 8 by 11. This is first instance. Sumit's first instance is correct. Now let's come to second. Second would be 90 to 0, then 0 to 20. So it will be 110, the distance should be covered. So the time taken, that distance would be 110 divided by 11 into 2. So it is 220 by 11, which means 20. So first instance is, the angle is 312, 8 by 11, and the second instance would be 320. Absolutely correct, Sumit. Very nice. I appreciate your efforts. No, Sumit's answer is correct. Yashwant, just check your calculations. Okay, so I am moving to the last part of clocks, which will hardly be taking 5 more minutes. Then after that, you can leave the session. Okay, let's come about spatial angles. First is your 0 degree, then 180 degree and 90 degree. So let's talk about 0 degree first. I'm making 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, then 8, it is 9, 10 and 11. Okay, let's talk about 0 degree first. So what will happen? We will see how many times 0 degree is formed in a clock. 0 degree means needles are above each other, isn't it? So first instance of that would be exactly at 12. Exactly at 12, the needles will be over each other. Getting my point? After this, what will happen? They will be coinciding or making 0 somewhere between 1 and 2. At 1, the our needle will be at 1 and the minute would be at 12. So the angle will start reducing. So after 1, they will meet somewhere. Just like that, they will meet here. Just like that, they will meet here. Here also. Here also. Here also. Here also. So they will be meeting only between the numbers, not exactly at the numbers. Just like this. But what will happen? See here. After 11, what will happen? At 11, your minute hand would be at 12. And your hour hand would be at 11. After 11, it will meet only at 12. Isn't it? It will not meet at between 11 and 12. It will not meet at 11 and 12. Why? Because it will be meeting at 12. Isn't it? Just imagine the situation. Both needles cannot meet between 11 and 12. Getting my point? So what we are observing, that every hour they meet, but they can't meet between 11 and 12. Getting your point? So in 12 hours, 0 degree is formed 11 times. Getting a point? This is the important point. So in 12 hours, 0 degree is formed 11 times. It means the needles of the clock coincide 11 times in 12 hours. So if they ask you a question, how many times minute and hour end of the clock meets in 24 hours? So your answer would be in 12 hours, it is 11 times. So in 12 hours, it would be 11, how much? 22 times. These are direct question asked in the exam, that 0 degree will be formed how many times in 12 hours. So I'm just telling you the fact. See here, I'm telling you the fact about these three angles. The fact is 0 degree is formed 11 times in 12 hours. Getting my point? Where it can't be formed? It can't be formed between 11 and see, I can say that between 11 and 1 only once. Just like that, 180 degree is formed. 180 means opposite needles. It is also formed 11 times in 12 hours. Where it can't be formed? The same situation is between these numbers. So between 5 to 7 only once. That's why 11 times in 12 hours. Now the third angle is 90 degree. 90 degree is, except 0 and 180, what we know that every angle is formed twice in an hour. So it is true for 90 also, but except 3 and 9, 90 degree is twice, 2 times every hour. Wait. I wrote it in the wrong direction. 90 degree is formed 2 times every hour, except 3 and 9. So what happens is, in 22 hours, it is in 20. I am directly writing the conclusion. In 12 hours, 90 degree is formed 22 times. Just remember it. These are the important facts. 0 degree or coincide means 11 times in 12 hours. 180 degree is also same, and 90 degree has a different case. So just remember this case also, 12 hours, 22 times. Okay, so now I'm ending the stream. Most of the parts of the clocks has been covered. So we will meet in the class, or let's meet in the test tomorrow. Thank you so much for having your patience and precious time.